Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm your host, Shaun. Welcome to Trust and Believe. Today is Christmas Day, but if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays to you. And if you don't celebrate anything, guess what? I'm still going to give a gift of love to you all. We have 1 week left in the year, and I'm going to give you a special kind of hybrid calendar. I'm going to give you one simple challenge to do every day to catapult yourself into the new year. Now, if you are listening to this episode and it's past Christmas, great. Utilize these 7 things over the next 7 days, and I promise it will help you trust and believe. So get ready.
Somebody say hell yeah!
No. What's up? He's better than Oprah. Come on, y'all.
This is Shaun T, and it's time to trust and believe. Hey, what's up, everyone? 2020 has been amazing. Some people say, no, it hasn't, but I think even with turmoil, you find amazing things that's happened. And I think one of the things that you find is you find out how strong you are, but you also find out how weak you are. And you also find out everything in between. So over the next 7 days, I want to give you one special challenge a day to help you catapult yourself into the new year. And most importantly, for you to really be able to connect with yourself through these different activities. I know myself, no matter what's going on in my life, even if I'm in the depths of despair, I always find a way to really connect with myself. And even if, I'm not revealing things to other people, I go down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out what it is about me that I need to push through so that I can come out on top and get my head out of that hole. And so I believe that no matter what kind of year you've had, if you do these 7 things over the next 7 days, you really are going to feel great, and you'll feel greater than you do right now, even if you feel really great already. And like I always say, or like I've been saying, I would love for you to share this with your friends or your teams, because if you do these and you discuss them with your friends and how these activities made you feel, I think that it will propel you into not only the next year, but it'll also help you build your accountability group and accountability system, which is something that we all need. So let's get started. So day 1, I was going to do like the first day of Christmas, but it's after Christmas, so we're just going to keep moving. So day 1, the first thing I want you to do is call someone that you haven't spoken to much this year and share positive moments only. I know that's really tough, because a lot of times when we call people and they say, hey, what's up? The first thing we do is we want to get out the negative stuff. But not only do I want you to call someone to get out the positives, but I want you to call a person that you haven't heard from in a while, just so that you can really connect on a high level. I think it's so easy for each of us to wake up every day and focus on the not so fun things. But when we talk about trusting and believing in who we are, I think that instead of spending time in the struggle, which we do a lot, it's really good to pay attention and give energy to the things that are going really great. I'm going to do this hybrid calendar, and I know a lot of people hear hybrid calendar from Shaun T and they think I'm going to make them do max interval plyo and max interval circuit back to back, and that's not it. What I'm going to help you do is have a great mental shift as you go through these next 7 days. So when you do talk to that person and call that person on the phone, not text, either call or do a nice little Zoom call, I think that you will find a level of being able to breathe a little easier and letting off, taking the weight off your shoulders in a good way. Again, a lot of times we take the weight off of our shoulders by letting go of negative things. But what if something great has happened to you and you just have no one to share that with? Or maybe you're a little like me, and when really great things happen, you kind of shy away from telling people because you don't want people to think you're bragging, right? So this will help you give bragging rights, but also celebrate someone else's positive moments. And so pick that person, call them. That would be day 1. On day 2, I want you to do the one workout that scares the heebers bejeebers out of you. That one workout where you are like, there's no way I ever want to do that again. So as a lot of you may know, this year I started Dig Deeper Nation Facebook page, and there are workouts that I created of mine that I finished filming. I said, there's no reason that I ever need to do this again. Because during the process, I was talking and like dying, and it was so hard or whatever. But I did them this year more than once. And 2 of the workouts that I absolutely despise. I mean, I really love it because it's hard, but I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I made Dig Deeper Nation do them back to back. And obviously I did it too. And it was just such a sense of internal encouragement, and it caused me to be and have less fear, to be less fearful and have less fear of doing that workout, and really just kind of trusting my body and trusting my ability to modify when I needed to. And it helped me be able to feel like I could be successful in something that scared the heebers bejeebers out of me. So choose a workout that scares the crap out of you and slay it. And then after you finish, it's really important for you to write down your level of success and how you feel. Or you could be like, that's why I didn't want to do that workout. Or you can say, I really feel a great sense of accomplishment. So that would be day 2. Day 3, this one is going to be really tough, but I also think it's really important for all of us to do this because I'm a person of 85% healthy and 15% fun. But I'm actually going to challenge you for one day to eat 100% healthy. And we all know what healthy is. I don't need to get involved in that. But I will say how my friend Melissa McAllister says, start with a salad, maybe your grass-fed meat, or I don't know if you're vegetarian, but all super healthy, organic, everything, drink water. If you work out, yes, you can have your Energizer, your Shakeology, or whatever it is you have. But I want you to eat 100% healthy, and what 100% healthy looks like to you. Now, why am I asking you to do that? I could be asking you to do that just so you're not going to lose 5 pounds in a day. But I really want you to do it because I want you to see how you sleep that night. One of the things that I really struggle with this year, especially after going through some traumatic events, is my sleep and just constantly being woken up by fear, woken up by my thoughts and my anxiety. And I realized on the days that I didn't drink alcohol, because, quarantine, you know what I'm saying? You in the house, you had that glass of wine on the regular. But I noticed on the days that I really, really focused on my eating healthy and I didn't have my donuts or wine or whatever, my body rested really well that night. And that's the only reason why I want you to do that, or I would tell you to eat 100% healthy. I really want you to really gauge how your body feels as you sleep. And, if it works for you, great. If you feel a change in your sleep, great. I think you will. I really want you to try it because I think you'll feel really good. And, a lot of times when we judge the way we sleep, we judge it, or I at least judge it on the way that I wake up, right? Are you well rested? Does your stomach hurt when you wake up? Are you foggy? Do you have a headache? So it's also important for you to track those things over the next couple of days so that when you get there, you have something to compare it to. So try that. I think it's going to be really great for you, and I'm going to do it too. On day 4, I want you to take a social media break, but without announcing it to the world. A lot of times I see people say, I'm taking a social media break today. And I'm like, but you just posted on social media. Or I'm taking a social media break tomorrow. I'm like, a true social media break is you not telling anybody that you're taking a social media break and you're doing it for you. So I want you to take a social media break, but why? One of the things that I realized this year, looking at my screen time that, we all get on a Sunday from Apple. If you have an Apple, I'm not sure if you do it with the Android. I've had Androids before, so I'm not going to throw shade at Androids. But, when you see how much screen time you've had, you can really correlate it with how tired your eyes are that day. You can correlate it with whether or not you have a headache that day. You can correlate it with how tired you are that day. You can correlate it with how stressed you are that day, because how many of you have looked at social media this year and maybe even for like 20 minutes and you're like, fuck, I'm so stressed out because I just went down the rabbit hole of people fighting on, this comment, this post, this tweet, that tweet. And so I want you to take a social media break without announcing it to people, just to see how less stressed you feel, how less of tension headaches you might have, how more bright your eyes feel, just so that you can just see what that feels like in hopes that you can balance that out a little bit more in 2021. The next gift that I have for you is going to be almost complete opposite, maybe not, of you eating 100% healthy. And I want you to bake or make your favorite dessert. Now, you can make it as healthy as you can. I have been making some really incredible, amazing, healthy meals, and especially pies. I don't know why I got in this pie kick over the holiday season, but I made them healthy. But the reason I want you to do that is not just because I want you to make a fun food. It's because for those of you out there who don't cook on a regular basis, and maybe you order out a lot, or you may not enjoy cooking, I just want to challenge you to cook something that you do like cooking and find out what it is that you love about being in the kitchen, even if you hate being in the kitchen, right? And it really is a way for me to help you choose meals that you want to cook, because if you bake something that you're excited about tasting, if you correlate that and you transfer that to cooking every day, but cooking things that you really love to cook or love to eat and you really enjoy, hopefully again, in 2021, you'll be able to do that a little bit more, even if it's 5 to 10% more. One of the things that I'm doing in my safe space community in 2021 is one Wednesday a month, we're going to have family dinner where I'm going to give you guys the food to cook and maybe some recipes and eat together. And that's because when I was talking to Shaun Stevenson about his new book, Eat Smarter, he mentioned in the book that when you sit together at the family table, you're more apt to eat healthier. And so how do I bring that? I said to myself, how do I bring that into my community? And so if you want to do that, the link is in the show notes. Join the Safe Space community so you can come to our Wednesday dinners on Zoom. I think it's going to be really fun. Number 6, this one is going to be a calm and relaxing one. Maybe hard for some people to do if you live in the cold areas of the world, but go outside. Find a private place and take deep breaths with your eyes closed for 7 minutes. I choose 7 because 7 is my lucky number. I believe that you can find out 7 superpowers as you're doing these breathing exercises, but take really deep breaths. Close your eyes and just, like I say in Transform 20, breathe in that good air and just see how much more mental clarity you have. Maybe you will do it after a day of a little bit stress, or the holiday stress is coming to an end, and it's a great way to reset. And I'm asking you to do this because maybe you can add this to your daily activities for 2021 and really hopes that it can help you relieve some stress if you are in a high stress situation right now. And last but not least, kind of reverting back to that conversation that you had on day 1, I want you to write down 7 positives you've had in 2020. Like I said, it's very easy for us to focus on the negatives, but I really wanted to sandwich this challenge with you talking about the positives in the beginning and talking about the positives at the end. And on day 7, I want you to write down 7 positives that has happened in your life in 2020. And that way you can trap in the positivity, cage in the positivity. So that is the fuel that you're leading in to 2021 with. I really appreciate you all joining today, especially if you're with your family and you're having a really great holiday. If anyone is alone on this holiday, I'm sending you a virtual hug, and that may not mean a lot, but I know a lot of people will be alone and may not be traveling because of the pandemic. And if you are with your family, after you listen to this, go listen to this episode with them and maybe have an open conversation about some of the topics and challenges that I gave you. I will see you on Monday, and I hope you always trust and believe in who you are.